Day follows day, the breezes call our canvas, and now the swelling south wind fills our sails. And I approach the prophet with these words: O son of Troy, interpreter of gods, you who can understand the will of Phoebus, the tripods and the laurel of Apollo, the stars, the tongues of birds, the swift-winged omens, come, tell me. For the heavens have foretold with words of blessing all my voyage. All the gods have counseled me to Italy, to seek out and explore that far-off land. Only Cellino, chieftain of the Harpies, has chanted strange portents, monstrous to tell, predicting awful vengeance, foul starvation. What dangers shall I first avoid? Tell me the course I need to overcome such trials. First steers are sacrificed, then Helenus loosens the garlands from his hallowed head. He prays the gods for grace. With his own hand he leads me to your portals, Phoebus, awed before your mighty presence, as he chants these priestly words from his inspired lips. Aeneas, goddess born, since you must surely have crossed the seas beneath high auspices, so does the king of gods allot the fates, revolving every happening. This is the circling order. Few things out of many I shall unfold in words, that you may find the waters friendly, and the crossing tranquil, and reach the harbor of Ausonia. The fates will not let Helenus know more. Saturnian Juno will not let me speak. But first, the Italy you now think close, preparing in your ignorance to rush into its nearby harbors, is far off. A long and pathless way through spacious lands divides you from her. For your oar must bend beneath the waters of Trinacria. Your ships must cross Ausonia's salt sea, and you must pass the lakes below the earth, and then the island of Aeaean Circe, before you find safe ground to build your city. I give you signs, hold them fast in your mind, for when in your perplexity you find beside the waters of a secret stream, along the banks beneath the branching ilex, a huge white sow stretched out upon the ground, together with a new delivered litter of 30 suckling white pigs at her teats. That place will be the site set for your city. That place will bring sure rest from all your toils. And do not fear your gnawing at the tables that was forewarned, for fate will find a way. Apollo will be present when you call. But shun those lands and that Italian coast nearest to us and washed by our own sea, for all those walls are manned by hostile Greeks. There the Neresian Locrians built their cities, and there Idomeneus of Lyctos with his warriors blocks the Salentines plains. And there the small Petilia of Philoctetes, the Melibæan chief, stands in its walls. Moreover, when your ships have crossed and anchor along the other coast, when you are pledging your vows upon the altars by the shore, conceal your head beneath a purple mantle, that while you are at worship there, no hostile face may appear to you among the sacred and sacrificial fires to spoil the omens. And let your comrades, too, keep fast this practice of sacrifice, yourself maintain the custom, and may your pious sons continue it. But when you have departed, when the wind has carried you to the Sicilian coast, just where the strait gates of Pelorus open, then, though the way be long, you must still shun the shoreline and the waters to the right. Seek out the left-hand seas, the left-hand coast. When these two lands were an unbroken one in ancient times, they say, a vast convulsion tore them apart by force. Through time's long lapse, such overwhelming changes come to pass. Between them violently burst the sea. Waves split apart the shores of Italy and Sicily. Along the severed coasts, a narrow tideway bathes the fields and cities. Now Scylla holds the right, insatiable Charybdis keeps the left. 3 times she sucks the vast waves into her abyss, the deepest whirlpool within her vortex. Then she hurls the waters high, lashing the stars with spray. But Scylla is confined to blind retreats, a cavern, and her mouth's thrust out to drag ships toward the shoals. Her upper parts are human. Down to the pubes she seems a lovely breasted virgin, but underneath she is a monster come from the sea, a terrifying body. A dolphin's tail that joins a wolfish groin. Therefore I tell you, better to be slow, to round the promontory of Pequenus, to take the longer way, than to behold misshapen Scylla in her savage cavern, the rocks that echo with her sea-green dogs. Above all, if the prophet merit trust, if any prudence be in Helenus, and if Apollo fill his soul with truth, then this one thing, Aeneas, goddess born, this more than anything, I conjure you, repeating it again, again as warning. First, do adore the power of mighty Juno, with prayers and pledges your vows to mighty Juno with willingness, to win that mighty mistress with pleasing gifts, and then, victorious, to leave Trinacria for Italy. When on your way you reach the town of Cumae, the sacred lakes, the loud wood of Avernus, there you will see the frenzied prophetess. Deep in her cave of rock she charts the fates, consigning to the leaves her words and symbols. Whatever verses she has written down upon the leaves she puts in place and order, and then abandons them inside her cavern. When all is still, that order is not troubled. But when soft winds are stirring, and the door, turning upon its hinge, disturbs the tender leaves, then she never cares to catch the verses that flutter through the hollow grotto, never recalls their place or joins them all together. Her visitors, when they have had no counsel, depart, and then detest the Sibyl's cavern. Let no expense of time be counted here, though comrades chide, and though the journey urge your sails to take the waves, or favoring sea breezes swell their folds for voyaging. But visit her, the prophetess, with prayers, that she reveals the oracles herself, and willingly unlock her voice and lips. She will unfold for you, who are the peoples of Italy, the wars that are to come, and in what way you are to flee or face each crisis. Worshipped properly, she grants prosperous voyages. These things are all the gods allow my tongue to chant and tell. Now go your way, and with your acts exalt the mightiness of Troy as high as heaven.